T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Kush's Corner here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network, the coolest reptile network in the world. Tonight is going to be a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. I have Taylor and Nikki Justice of Obsessed Exotics here on the show tonight to talk about some of their amazing monitor projects, some of their snake projects, scrub pythons included. And just overall going to be a fun episode. Definitely two of the people who I consider some of my better friends in the reptile hobby, so I'm excited to finally have them on the show. Frankly, it's been way too long without having them, but of course, before we get into that, as always, USARK. So USARK is the organization that is fighting for our rights to keep our reptiles, to run our reptile businesses, and to live this lifestyle. Check out usark.org for everything you need to know about the organization. That website is where you can find alerts to new pieces of legislation introduced either at the national level or at local levels, as well as any updates on any pieces of legislation. usark.org is also where you can become a member of the organization. As a community, we have strength in numbers, and the more people that are behind the cause, the better. And here we are. Thank you to everybody who has tuned in. I have an early start time tonight, as Nikki and Taylor are Eastern time zone people and are not up until the wee hours of the morning like some of the degenerates out there. But so for anyone who is tuned in live right now, thank you for keeping up enough to know that we were going live a little bit early here, an hour earlier than normal. If you are here on YouTube, though, and you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. New podcasts come out every single day of the week here on the Trap Talk Reptile Network from some of the best hosts in the hobby, talking about a wide variety of topics within the reptile world. So if you are a reptile podcast fan, you have come to the right place. But if you are more like myself and are an audio podcast fan, we are on all the major audio platforms, be that Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Buzzsprout, wherever you get your podcast from. You can find the Trap Talk Reptile Network. A follow and a 5-star review on any of those platforms would be most appreciated. And for everything kind of behind the scenes that I have going on, early access to animals, etc., check out patreon.com/CushReptile. Over there, 50% of all membership fee immediately becomes a credit towards the purchase of an animal, and that credit never expires. So if there's anything that I have going on over here that you're particularly interested in, you want to kind of jump the line, the Patreon is the best way also to get some behind the scenes stuff and really join a pretty cool community of people that we have been building up over there for the last 6.5 months or so. So shout out to all the Patreon members. I very much appreciate you guys, and shout out to anybody who checks out the page. So with that housekeeping out of the way, let's bring Nikki and Taylor onto the show. What's going on, guys? Thanks for being with me here tonight.
We got you all choked up. It's
I know.
fine.
I'm very emotional right now. You can't tell. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. This is honestly, the fact that I've made it this long into doing this show without having you guys on for an episode is kind of crazy. I think I've made up for it with the 2 vlogs, but this is definitely long overdue.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you having us on. You know, we always see you, so, and we talk to you regularly, so it's not like this is the only time that, right, you know, we get together, so it's fine.
That's your way of saying I'm offended, but I'm gonna be nice about it.
Yeah. We figured you just didn't like us. It's okay.
We're your least favorite. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you know, I kind of want to take it all the way back to the beginning to start off this episode. I guess, you know, I'll kind of throw this question to both of you guys individually as far as getting into reptiles goes, because you guys did either of you really have a collection before you guys got together?
No, I used to have beardies growing up, but that was about it. I don't think we had any reptiles when we met.
No, you had a ball python when you lived with your mom.
Yeah.
And then I had nothing growing up. My dad is terrified of them. They were not allowed in the household. And I never grew up around it, so I never went to a reptile show until we got together. And then he saw that I liked ball pythons because he had that one, and then he took me to the reptile show. And then we got an apartment together. We bought our first retic. And then the following year, we built a house. And we're like, okay, we're just going to have a couple things. Yeah, 4 years later, we don't have a couple things. We have more than a couple things.
Yeah.
It's just grown a lot. We got into retics really fast. And then we got into the monitors even quicker.
Yeah.
And so it's really blossomed in the last 4 years we've been here.
Yeah, I could say so. I mean, when I first met you guys, did you guys even have your first retics yet, or had you just gotten?
We went and met you that weekend, and then the next day we went to a reptile show and we bought our first retic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with you, obviously, because you had scrubs. Like we were just like, okay, why not? Let's get a retic. And then Taylor wanted tegus really bad, and I'm like, hell no, like I don't want anything big. And then now I don't want anything small. So
except the one Mexican pine snake.
Yeah, I love her. I mean, you know, considering I got her from an okay breeder, like she's great.
Okay breeder.
It's from Steven, just to clarify.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I love her. She's fun.
Yeah. So Taylor, when you were growing up, was that interest kind of always present for you? Was there something that kind of like sparked it when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was always kind of interested. Then of course, like everyone else, saw Barczyk's videos and got hooked, and just kind of spiraled out of control from there. I think I had like 8 beardies when I was in high school.
Okay.
And, I just always enjoyed the hobby, really, learning about them, learning from them.
So then you were familiar with the reptile hobby / industry from pretty early on?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it something that you kind of aspired to be a part of, or did that just kind of naturally happen over time?
It just kind of naturally happened, Growing up, I never thought there'd be any way that I'd be able to keep something like Asian water monitors. I thought that was unattainable. And, here we are.
Yeah, fair enough. And then I guess, so Nikki, did that, like when you guys got together, he had the ball python, did that like kind of, was that like a spark within you of like, all right, now I'm into this too? Like, was there like a convincing phase, or were you like all in from the jump?
So at first I was like, yeah, it's a snake, like cool, like whatever. And then he took me to my first reptile show, and there was a lady who had a rhino iguana. And I held my first like rhino iguana, and I was like, okay, now I need a rhino iguana. But like that was like before we even had, our own ball python or anything like that. But it just kind of grew as we stayed together. We got our first ball python, then we got a retic, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, Nikki had a different introduction because all her interactions were positive. A lot of people don't have that, but all her interactions with like larger animals, they were always very social, very interactive, and so she didn't have any fear of anything really going into it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that definitely would go a long way. I mean, especially when you're like brand new, having like a really formative experience with like some amazing large, lizard, snake, etc. It's like that can really kind of shape your outlook going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. So then when you guys kind of decided like, all right, this is something we're going to get a little bit more serious in, what was it about retics that really grabbed your attention?
We honestly got our first one on a whim. I only had one snake. I was like, if I can only have one snake, it might as well be the biggest snake in the world.
The best species to impulse, by the way.
Right? Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we were those people.
Why not? Go big or go home.
And that particular snake was the gave me the best experience I could ask for. He was the sweetest, most docile retic I've ever met. And he just made me fall in love with their personalities.
Yeah. What was it a wild type, a morph? What was the first
Purple Sunfire.
Okay. Cool. So then did it kind of pretty quickly turn into, okay, this is something we want to like get into from a breeding project standpoint?
Kind of, I guess we just kind of looked for what was out there, what would be interesting to try to breed if we were to get into it.
Well, he researched a lot on MORPHMARKET, like the high-end stuff, and so that's when we found the Ocelot project, and that's when we met Aubrey, and Aubrey's been a huge, he's been kind of a blessing and a curse because he keeps introducing us to all these things I want, and then I'm like, I need everything, and so, but when we first got the trio of het ocelots, I think that's kind of what pushed him into getting more into breeding, because he saw the variation that can happen with the Ocelot project, and then seeing the color differences and all that stuff. That's kind of what got him into the retics. I just love them because of their demeanor. It's just hard for me being a woman to care for them by myself. So it's a big snake. There's a lot of respect for these types of animals.
Yeah.
So, there's certain snakes where I'm not allowed to get them out unless he's here, just for my safety purposes. So it's a lot. It's our project, but I kind of let him pursue that more so than I do.
Yeah, the snakes are definitely more me than Nikki.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that people need to really be aware of, getting in with the thought of an animal like a retic or a berm or whatnot, of like, there are physical limitations to some reptiles, and no matter who you are, it's like one person can only handle so much of a retic or whatever. You need multiple people for some of these giant animals, and that's not something you're able to have access to. Then that makes keeping that snake virtually impossible, or if anything else, pretty unsafe.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just all about respect at the end of the day. You have to understand what the animal's capable of and what you are or are not capable of handling yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So then, okay, I guess then at what point did the monitors become a focal point? And then, Nikki, was that more like you're like, hey, like these are cool, or was it kind of something that both you guys kind of grasped onto?
So I first met my first monitor was with Aubrey when we bought the het trios, but I did meet monitors when we worked at the cold-blooded facility for a little bit. I had I dealt with tree monitors and stuff, which tree monitors are fantastic. I love them too. I'd love to get into that as well, but the Asians just took over for me because of their personality and just how social they can be versus a tree monitor. Like, they can be social, but I feel like the Asians are a little bit more notoriously known for it.
Sure.
So we kind of looked more into the different species that people weren't working with or that people didn't have a lot of. And that's where we got into the the Celebensis and the Sambawas. And that's Taylor actually made our Celebensis purchase, and I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, hey, another monitor, I don't care, like, cool, let's go, but now that like we've really had a focal point, that's kind of what got more into the breeding for me. We've never bred anything. We never bred a snake, a lizard, a gecko, a ball python, and then all of a sudden we started pulling out Parthenogenesis monitors. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, let's keep going. Like, what else can I do? So I think it was kind of like both of us in a way. Like, we kind of pushed each other for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And she had mentioned, we had experience working with them at, the facility. And then we made our first monitor purchase was from Chris Foley. Got some Bawa, and we just fell in love. Mm-hmm. Day one, it was night and day difference from the snakes.
That was the first monitor.
Yeah, the Sambawa.
Oh wow,
yep.
Okay.
And just night and day difference compared to the snakes, the intelligence, personalities, everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not hating on the snakes, but it's just different.
It's more rewarding. It's earning their trust and earning their respect to be able to be like, it's okay, and it's so much different. And and again, like you said, we do love the snakes, but the monitors just take over for me.
Yeah, I get it. It's they're, like I don't have any lizards now, and I'm like very content in that position, but like for people who are, where like lizards are what they're drawn to, you can't really, I mean, maybe the only thing you could say that could be comparable is like you had crocodilians or something like that. Like there's, especially like the bigger monitors, the people who are into it are like, that's their life,
Yeah. It's definitely part of our life. I mean, it takes over.
Yeah. But that's what we love doing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care to go clean 10 dirty waters a day, and I don't care to go, I don't know, it doesn't bother me. The worst part is, for him when he has to build these cages, but I happily reward him with a sandwich at the end of the day, so.
It's definitely easier to go, I can go a day without touching a snake, but we can't go a day without messing with a monitor of some sort. Just that instant, that rewarding interaction you get every time.
Yeah, and for people who don't have that kind of time, you're not really doing a monitor lizard justice by caring for them as you would a snake, if that makes sense.
Oh no, you couldn't. There isn't any reward there if you were to only take care of it once a week like you would a snake. And and there are people out there who do want to touch their snakes daily, and that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. But that's not something that I like go look forward to. Like I'm like, okay, I see it like twice a week or something like that, and that's enough for me.
Yeah, the monitors need to do more than just survive. They need to thrive. They need to.
Yeah.
That's one word. Thrive.
Yeah, 100%. So at this point, what's the variety of monitor species you guys are working with?
So right now we have Celebensis. I have a pair of those. I have a pair of Coming Eye. I also have a pair of Simbawas as well. We have an Aki monitor for fun. But it's primarily Asian water monitors and primarily more of the dwarfism species. What's the main reason that people can't keep Asian water monitors such as black dragons or the sulfurs is because of size. Simbawas, they don't get as big, and our Celebensis mom, she is 42 inches head to tail, and that's it. So it's a smaller species that you can keep, easier than you could a black dragon that gets 8 to 9 feet. It's a huge difference for some people. A lot of people aren't like Taylor who can build a cage and, are crafty like that. Taylor's very blessed in that sense, and I am as well, because our animals wouldn't thrive without that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the smaller locales of the water monitors, just more manageable for most people. We enjoy working with them. We just because of their size. It's just more manageable.
Sure. Then you guys still have the black dragon, though.
Yeah.
Baby black dragon for now.
Yeah, we can't forget about her.
You can't not have one.
You gotta have one big one.
You forgot about somebody else too. I was a little bit surprised.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have a Bell's face. So we are planning on pairing her this fall, hopefully. We have a buddy who's sending his male on breeding loan, so we'll get that going soon too. So we're really excited to see the variety we get from that. I am nervous as all heck because we've been messaging Jonna Dragna, who is one of the few people who work with both Asian water monitors and lace monitors.
Okay.
And he said it's a night and day difference breeding them. So, just wish us all some good luck. Like, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But it should be fun. It'll be a fun challenge.
Not ready for the egg incubation time with the lace monitors, though. That's going to be
a lot
stressful.
Longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, human gestation, if not more sometimes.
It's insane.
Yeah. So then the main difference would be just how different the seasonality is, where they kind of need that almost like brumation like cool
Yeah,
down?
they need a cool down. The main thing is the cool down period that I've noticed, and they actually, I'm pretty sure he said they eat less.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of like the Aussie breeders of them, yeah, they just cool them and they just go on a food strike basically.
Yeah.
And then
and with Asians, you're pounding them with food.
yeah, I mean the Asians, you just bake them all year long and they keep going.
Yeah. So do you guys have a plan right now for how you're going to do that cool down with the laces?
Yes and no, I guess, kind of. I mean, I can, if I need to cool down the cage, you know, I can figure out some type of secondary cooling system or something, you know.
Okay.
But our house stays at 70. So if I need to get colder than that, I'll figure it out. But
how cold do they need to get though, realistically?
I'm not honestly sure yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll admit we don't know. We're still learning. I mean, we haven't even gotten to breeding, or we haven't even gotten the mail yet. So
yeah. Hey, fair enough.
That's kind of the first thing to do.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's all a learning process at the end of the day. But considering how quickly you guys figured it out with the water monitors, I'm not too concerned about you guys figuring out the laces.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So. Okay. So then getting into some of the kind of dwarf locality, if you want to say water monitors, I know they're full species, but at the time it felt like they were a little bit more available, no? Like they were around the time when you guys were getting into them, especially the Celebensis and the Symbalas?
Yes and no, I guess. The Celebensis were definitely more available. There was, you know, a bigger breeder in the States that was, you know, pumping them out. Unfortunately, he had a fire, so that, you know, that source of lineage stopped.
Yeah.
So then it's hard to find. It's been hard to find more after that, other than just wildcat imports.
As of right now, we only know 3 people currently working with Celebensis in the States.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we're one of them, you know.
Yeah.
So then we know of 2 other people that have a pair, an adult pair, but that's it. And then with the Symbalas, I mean, the only people that we know of that are working with them are ourselves, John Adragna, and then Ty Park.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That have an adult pair as well. Other than that, I mean, you'll find some people here and there that'll have, you know, lone male or female, but
yeah,
no one really working with a project like we have been.
That's so crazy. I mean, because I feel like they're coveted. You'd think that more people would have tried to jump on it if they were available.
Especially, my love's the Symbalas too. I just love how they look. They're beautiful. You know, I've been surprised that, you know, people have been jumping on it. You know, especially after Nerd started posting their videos of, you know, when they started importing them and getting them and trying to breed them.
Well, I think that's the issue too, is Nerd slowed down a lot on production.
Yeah.
I don't even think he breeds monitors anymore. And I'm sure, he's been working in
India at that zoo.
At that private zoo, from what we've heard. So he's not even like hardly home anymore. And I mean, from what we can tell, they're just, you know, trying to get, they're just not breeding them anymore. So I think that kind of had a lot to do with it too, is he was probably one of the main importers.
Well, one of the main sources of information for them, examples of the species. I mean, that's how I learned. That's how I learned because of Kevin.
Right.
So
were they like pushing them out on social media and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. MORPHMARKET everywhere. Yeah.
They were doing a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot about them.
And it's great that he's doing what he's doing in India. We have no, you know, like I would do that tomorrow. Like, come on. But he just doesn't do it anymore, I don't think.
Wow. Yeah, it really is amazing that how like one influencer with a big audience can really like pump up a species and then also kind of tear it right back down by like just ceasing to talk about it. It's really wild how that happens.
But that's what we're trying to do, you know, everybody needs some Wawa.
That's what we're here for now, Stephen.
Yes. I feel like has your guys' Facebook page like exploded in the last couple of weeks?
It blew up. We're up to 2,500 followers all of a sudden.
Yeah, we were at like 500.
We were at like 500 last week.
Okay, that's okay. I'm like, I think I'm seeing this right. Like, has their page just gone?
Yeah, it went viral. I don't know how. I don't know what I did. But a
was it
lot
like
of people,
one particular post or like
People like monitors. So.
It was the Sambawa that we sold.
Yeah.
It went viral. It has over like 50,000 views right now.
Wow.
And so, I mean, that just goes to show a lot of people are interested, which is great. You know, that's what we want. We don't want to see the species die off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The locale.
Or the locale, sorry. Sorry. So yeah, I don't know what it was, that video. So
which we're okay with, you know.
Not mad.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, sometimes it just happens that way, you know, can't complain about it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, just Facebook, if you want to give me a moment like that anytime soon, by all means, send it on, because shit's been going like this.
You need to post more scrubs. More scrubs.
All the scrubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats on your recent clutches too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, very exciting stuff.
Yes. I'm excited.
You going up in the scrub world.
Trying.
That's exciting.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying my best. Yeah, it's been solid so far. Yeah, just the first 2 clutches alone, I already had more babies produced this year than all of last year, which speaks to last year, because last year was just, I mean, laughably bad. So
yeah.
I'm glad that things kind of are turning around.
Mm-hmm. Well, and last year was like kind of when you started moving and stuff too. So you were just like settling into Texas. So I'm sure, or was that 2 years ago? Yeah. So I mean, your snakes are just still kind of settling in.
Rebounding.
I guess. I don't know.
We're not mad, okay? Like
no, I'm just like, I'm not going to let myself have that excuse, because the year that I moved, I had 10 clutches, and then the next year I had 6, but 2 of them went fully bad. Yeah, it was just bad.
It's okay. We're not talking about it.
Do the scrubs breed year round, or are they just seasonal?
There's.
Well, you're using ambient too, right?
Yeah, but like I temp cycle the room. They're seasonal, but it seems like the season is pretty big. So like the earliest I've had a clutch has been like right at the end of January, and then the latest that I have had a female lay has been the end of July. So, but like that's really late, and then January is also really early. It seems like most clutches are laid kind of March, April, May, maybe into June. It's kind of like the window when they're, which is still a pretty big window.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and then they have for snakes longer incubation, like, you know, kind of 80 to 90 days usually. Yeah, it's a pretty miserable wait, not gonna lie.
Well, the water monitors are 180 days, so
yeah, no, I can't.
I don't want to hear it.
I know. That's why I added the qualifier for snakes. For that reason, I can't complain on this episode about incubation times.
Yeah.
I'm talking to someone who's a gecko breeder or a colubrid breeder, or, you know, like a North American colubrids. I can complain all day, but not now.
No.
I gotta shut up for this episode.
Yeah, we pretty much just forget about them. Set a reminder.
Set an alarm for a month before, because that's you start burping them to let you know, and then
seriously.
Because we can go, well, I guess there's like give and take, you know, you only get one clutch out of a snake per year, but my monitor, I can get 4 to 5 a year, because we have a girl that cycles 45 days on the dot.
Yeah.
Every time.
Unless we hold food from her, she constantly cycles every 45 days.
Every 45 days. Or 90% of the time it's 90 days.
For the
rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So 45 days from clutch to clutch.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the Sambawa female too.
Okay. Are you repairing her in the interval?
No. So we're not, every time that they cycle, I'm not breeding them. Personally, I feel like it's a stress on the monitor just to be laying fertile eggs originally, you know, like that's a huge stress on them. And plus I feel like it kind of gives them a break to just let them have like some duds, like, you know, and I also, when we go to, before we even start to pair up, like the coming eye, we grew them up from hatchlings. So that was really rewarding to be able to like start with a baby, wait 3 years, have our own. And, you know, now I think we have 20 eggs in the incubator from this coming eye right now. So like that's really cool. But before she even gets with the boy, I let her cycle at least 3 times just so that she can, number one, like grow confidence in learning how to cycle. Because, I mean, it's kind of like a kid going through puberty. Like, what's wrong with my body? Like, you know, what's going on? And I kind of feel like taking that time to let her prepare her body for that, for fertile eggs, and just to let her, like, cycle a few times is just naturally healthy for her and the safety of her, too. So it helps lessen the chance of egg bounding and any other problems that may arise when they lay.
Yeah, the females definitely need to mature before you get, you know, fertile clutch out of them. Like Nikki said, so you don't have egg bound issues.
Yeah.
As they develop, the I guess the birth canal gets, you know, gets bigger as they get older.
Sure.
And that's something we actually learned from Kevin as well. He had a lot of issues early on with egg bound, you know, female monitors until he started holding off and breeding them. And so far we've never had any issues. We've had a lot of success with it.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
That's fake wood. But
knock on whatever wood is around everywhere. Like, no, we're not talking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the monitors, they go, like the Simbawa, she goes every 45 days no matter what. If we pair her or don't pair her, you know, she just constantly goes. And, you know, we've gotten some Partho babies from her just, you know, laying on her own without ever being with the male. So that's been a cool experience from it too.
Yeah, we've had 9 successful Parthos with half of them living onto full lives.
Yeah.
My main thing is there's a rumor or like a myth in the hobby where parthogenesis is always male in water monitors. There's a different DNA type that happens when they're born. So in snakes, it's females, and in monitors, it's males. So there's a lot of controversy behind these males being infertile. So my plan this fall is to prove that it's not, because I feel like in the wild, that's why they're doing it, is to be able to, you know, basically kind of save the species, you know, like... Yeah. I don't see a reason as to why they wouldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, they're producing a male in an environment where there's no male present, essentially, at the end of the day.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
just like toads and other things, you know.
You'd think naturally, just from an evolutionary standpoint, that process occurring without a fertile offspring being produced is kind of pointless.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But where did that come from then? Do you guys know the origin of this?
I don't know. So when we started posting them for sale, we had people message us like, aren't they infertile? And I'm like, not that I know of. So from what we've learned, we've messaged a couple of people who have had mangrove monitor Parthos, and they successfully went to breed them. So I just don't know anybody personally who has done an Asian water monitor Partho, because it doesn't happen a lot in the hobby. From what we've learned, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything different. I just love them more than you guys, I guess. I don't know. I just want to be able to prove that it shouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't understand what would be so different about a mangrove monitor from a water monitor from that standpoint.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree.
It's not like the chromosomes aren't going to be different from monitor species to monitor species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're still males as well too. They're Parthos.
Yeah.
So I don't see the issue either, Steven.
I mean, it happens with countless other species too, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean,
crocodilians have been proven to do it, and
right.
Oh yeah,
you know,
tons of
pretty much
snakes.
everything else.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a reason, you know. There has to be a reason why, even if we don't fully understand it, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. It's interesting. You know, there's always these things in the hobby that are just kind of the like hobby folklore.
Yeah.
Just shrubs are mean.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Where, like, somebody says something and then somebody else repeats it, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, is this even real? So
Yeah.
I'm always just kind of curious where some of this stuff starts.
I don't.
That it's,
He said, she said.
Yeah, that ultimately is probably just based on a whole lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, not a lot of people have the proof, but it's okay. I will.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly, that's all you can really do, and I give you guys credit for pursuing that, because a lot of people will just start running their mouth where you're like, all right, well, we'll try.
Yeah.
And if eventually you guys have babies hatch and the dad was a partho, then you got your answer.
Right, exactly. And he just needs size. He's ready to go. He just has to be bigger than her. I don't want her beating him up, so.
Yeah. Females can be.
She's not our friendliest monitor. She's a little sassy. So.
Yeah. Monitor breeding is a fucking rough process.
It's so intimidating. Like, sometimes I can't watch. Like, I'm like, okay, I have to turn around for a second. Taylor's like, you can't turn around. You can't blink. You can't do anything. Like, one split second. And if he's all of a sudden not liking her, it's a whole thing. But really, when you do the introductions, you're really watching the female first when you're breeding. Yeah. So, you want to make sure that she's willing to cooperate with him. But we only let our monitors stay together for no longer than like 24 to 48 hours. After that period, that male will keep pursuing her. And then that's when like you see all these like horrible deaths because they'll fight to the death, or he'll like drown her in the water because he's pursuing her so much. So we've just heard a lot of horror stories to where I let them go overnight and I'm unlocking them in the morning. Like,
well, I mean, in the first part, they're our pets. We care for them. We care about them more than we do them breeding.
Sure.
So, obviously we would never want a death to happen. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we usually 24-hour period. But for us so far, the monitor breeding has been pretty uneventful, I guess you would say. As far as like aggression. Like we tried breeding tegus. And that was
tegus. I will never.
So much worse than the monitors.
No, people who breed tegus, I don't know how you guys do it. That's scary. Like they are so aggressive. Yeah. And maybe it's because we deal with a dwarf species, so it's not as like intimidating. But tegus are like the same size.
Same size, yeah.
So maybe I was wrong, but
with bigger heads too.
Yeah, the
stronger jaw. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just that's scary.
Yeah,
like,
we just haven't had issues yet. And we've heard like you can have issues with like laces too. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I have no problem jumping in there and grabbing something if I have to.
Yeah, no.
The fight breaks out, but it can always happen. Something to be wary of. That's why we don't leave them together that long.
Yeah. No, it's like, you guys probably heard the same stories, but like stuff that Chris would say about the croc breeding and stuff like that, and the mishaps there.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it.
Yeah, we saw it.
It was intense.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to learn so much from Chris. Yeah. Chris taught us a lot, and you did too, of course. Like, I mean, you guys taught us a lot of what to do and what not to do. And we learned a lot from Chris with more of the tree monitors and the croc monitors. And I'd love to own a croc monitor one day, but I know that I can't do that here, and I want to do it right.
Yeah, that's like our dream species to work with from a captive baby. We want to be able to do like a 14-foot tall enclosure and just do it right.
Do it right.
So that's the only reason you guys haven't done crocs yet.
Yeah,
that's the question I've had loaded up the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, I already know. Like I have my vision. I know what I want. Like, no, I really do want a croc monitor, but I just not here, not at this home. We definitely want to get like a barn dominium and build our own home and make a whole reptile section basically. That just brings us happiness. So
yeah, I get that for sure. And it's admirable because a lot of people who are interested in croc monitors, and we've all been guilty of this type of mindset of like, well, we'll get there. Like, it's a baby now, it has some time. They don't grow necessarily as quickly as like water monitor or like big Asian water monitors, considering they're similar enough in size, but they grow quickly enough, and they like to move. So yeah, it's admirable that you guys are waiting until you can truly have the adult enclosure that you actually want for those animals before you get into them.
Well, it wouldn't be a happy animal if we kept it with what, if we kept, these are 6x3x3s behind us. Like, if I kept it in that, I'd hate myself. Like, I would feel guilty for the monitor more than, like, yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's great, but like, it makes you feel bad to see an animal in a small space. So,
well, like a lot of people don't realize too is, we've dealt with a lot. The water monitors, lace monitors, a bunch of other species, and they can all be intimidating if you don't know what you're doing. If you're first getting into it, but it's nothing compared to a croc monitor. A 6-month-old, 1-year-old croc monitor is intimidating in its own.
Yeah.
If you're first getting into it, you can get hurt bad. They're just the next level above, but they can be just rewarding and just as rewarding in the same aspect.
Sure.
So that's the reason we want them eventually down the line.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, they're the top of the heap in the lizard world.
Yeah, because like you can mess up like a water monitor socialization and then get it back. You can get that interaction back. You can't do that with the croc monitor.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's damn near like if you had like a serval or a bobcat or something like that, like where you need to form a bond with this animal from the time it's a baby. And if you slip up on that, you got a dangerous animal on your hands. That's it's a daily activity of nurturing that relationship with that animal. Otherwise, frankly, why do it?
Exactly, 100%.
Stock monitor, and you're not going to have daily interaction. I mean, okay, the exception would be like the Reptilandia exhibit.
Yeah.
Okay, fully justifiable that you wouldn't necessarily interact with those animals. But
I'm still waiting to see Kai climbing through the trees trying to catch one.
Or somebody.
And in like a non-zoological setting, I'm not sure why you'd have a croc monitor and not have a relationship with it.
Yeah. No, it's not like, why do you have a dog? You want a relationship with it. And that's kind of how we feel about everything that we keep. We want a relationship with it. That's why our coming eye babies that you see on social media are already so social, because we know that's why people want them. You want a social baby to start out with and only grow and bond from that. If that's not what you want, then you're not doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, and it just sucks having an animal that's a nightmare to work with. You lose your passion for it very quickly, and then you start to neglect it at some point.
No, that is definitely real. I mean, I know what it feels like to all right, time to take care of that monitor, and you're oh, boy, it'd be fun.
Put the gloves on and.
Yeah, there were some at the barn that I told Taylor, I'm like, that's a you problem. That's not. No, thank you.
Like, that's okay with the tree monitor, but lace, water, croc,
tricolors.
The tricolors.
Well, I don't know if a chill tricolor monitor exists.
Exactly.
So if you want to get into tricolor monitors, you need to get your riot gear out.
Yeah. Not yet.
I don't even want to get into mangroves, really. Like, I know they can be social, but I'm okay.
Yeah, this is a different ballgame altogether. Considering what probably aside from Kai, no one else is really putting in like generational work with mangrove monitors. So it's just like, I mean, honestly, a comparison could be like retics to scrubs. Retics are however many, some probably 10 plus generations captive. Scrubs are like 1, 2 is like a holy shit moment. Like there's a F2. So yeah, it's just a completely different.
I mean, your F2 babies though, they're pretty social, aren't they?
It's actually kind of funny. A couple of them are. A couple of them, they haven't bitten me, but they seem a little hesitant. I've honestly found with the scrubs, there's like almost a 100% correlation of the attitude of the babies to the attitudes of the parents. If like both parents were chill, the babies are 100% chill. If one of the parents is chill, then almost all of them are. If neither parent is, then all the babies are kind of an uphill battle.
Do you think that also? Sorry. I was gonna say, do you think that any of the correlation of personalities has to do with it being? I don't know if you have any wild caught or like farm bred scrubs or anything like that. Do you think that has to do with personality as well?
I would say generally more of the captive bred ones have good demeanors than the wild caught ones do, but I have some wild caughts that are puppy dogs.
Right.
Yeah, that's how our male is.
Yeah, I mean, you've met our male, you know.
Particularly with the males. Some of the wild caught females will never quite be like all the way calm, but in this room alone, I have 4 wild caught females with fantastic attitudes.
Okay.
So, right, yeah. And then a captive bred that also has a great attitude. 2, 3. 1 female in this room does not have a good attitude, I guess.
I think it's interesting too how that can happen. How you can have a wild caught animal that's just the sweetest, deposition. Demeanor.
Yeah. Words are hard.
Yeah, words are hard. But then you get a captive.
It's like 1 a.m. for you guys right now.
It's not. It's only 8:45.
Which is 1 a.m. for you.
It's Nikki's bedtime.
Grandma, okay? Like, that's why Steven went early. It was 100% my fault. I apologize.
No, I want to make sure you guys are, not burning the candle at both ends to do the podcast. So
Nah.
It is funny though with saying that, like, you can get a wild caught that's calm, then its offspring will be nightmares. We had that with our Simbawa and our Salabensis babies. The first Partho babies, each one bit me while still attached to the egg umbilicus. Latched on, wouldn't let go. Yeah, eat every one of them. So
yeah, it was a fun time.
That's pretty awesome.
But and the parents are,
and the parents are so chill,
so sweet.
The chillest wild caught Simbawa pair you'd ever meet in your life. Yeah. Like, they come out to you, they want to be on you. You met them, so they're just a little skittish, but I mean that's normal in my opinion for wild caught. But yeah, every single baby bites us.
Were the adults always chill with you guys from like day one?
The female, she's always been pretty good. The wild caught male, the Simbawas, the wild caught male, he if you walked into the room, he would fly around his cage. Oh, you couldn't go anywhere near him. You couldn't hold him. Nothing. Yeah. And then so we just kind of, we tried to work with him. He just wouldn't take it. And then as soon as he got some size and we put him into a larger enclosure, he calmed down. Sometimes with monitors, it just takes that. It takes a change of environment.
Sure. We give them so much. Like, I feel like we underestimate their intelligence. Like, even I'm still, and being breeders, in my opinion, if I'm not learning something new every day from these guys, I'm failing as a breeder. Like, I want to try to learn new stuff from both breeders, like, old and incoming and stuff like that. But it was really weird to have the change in changing them from cages to having a smaller cage to a bigger cage, and then also like their water dish, if it's almost like as they grow they want a bigger enclosure to like become more confident. It's really interesting to see that change in them.
But that's not all of them. Some of them you put in too big of an enclosure, it freaks them out.
Yeah.
They need it's just like some snakes, they're like that.
Where they want 2 hides or, no hides,
Depends on the individual, but.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you got a nice vote of confidence here from Jonathan. Saying that the second part, those weren't horrible. That boy's a riot. So.
Yeah, he has one of our males. He loves them. Hi, Jeremy. He's doing really well with them. That's awesome. That's the only one that we've sent out that I know is in a good home, and he's doing really good.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you think a lot of that with the babies just has to come down to just them being babies, or like are the coming eye babies more chill?
Night and day difference.
Really?
The coming eye, day one, they'd want to climb on you, interact, be social. Day one, the Simbawas and Salabensis. But there's the parents are wild caught,
Whereas
Yeah.
the coming eye are who knows how many generations.
At least 5 or 6.
It's Mike. They're from Mike's monitors. So,
Yeah.
you know, he's been breeding coming eye for, I don't know,
80 years.
Yeah.
Mike.
He's going to get on here and yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it should get better with time.
With lineage.
Once we get more generations. We have five Sumbawa babies right now, with more coming next month, and we plan on holding back quite a few to raise up and continue that lineage.
And they're all, what's funny is they're all in the same cage, both the coming eye and the Sumbawas. And these coming eye have so much more confidence than these Sumbawas. And I was kind of hoping to have them together to like tell the Sumbawas like, hey, like these guys are doing it, you can too, like go with the cool crowd.
Yeah.
And they're just, they're not taken to it like we had hoped. I mean, they're still eating, still, being monitors. They're just not as social. There's just a skittish part of them, but I think that will grow out as they grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see any of that kind of skittish behavior coming through when it comes to the interactions between the babies, like between the baby coming eye and then the other babies?
No, it's just like humans.
Yeah, because they pile on top of each other. Like they're like, oh my god, hi. Like they're checking each other out. They lay together. They do everything together.
Well, that's good, though.
It's just us.
Yeah,
they're just scared of us.
Yeah, big scary monster.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, you're probably onto something of just like it being a generation thing where these guys are just, F1s compared to whatever the hell the coming eye might be. So
yeah,
right.
I'm saying with like the the black dragons. That's how you get the super calm black dragons. They've been doing them for at least 15 years now, minimum.
Something like that. Yeah, 100%. So considering that there aren't many people who are working with them, do you guys have plans as far as trying to introduce new genetics into your lines from other animals that are out there? Or is that something that's going to be kind of difficult at this point?
We're definitely gonna keep lines pure with the the coming eye Celbensis and the
I mean, as far as getting other unrelated lines of those species to plug in.
We just picked up another Celbensis the other day, a female.
Okay, cool.
So definitely gonna try to keep outcrossing, 2 wildcat as much as we can, or other people's captive babies as they pop up. Might work out some trade deals for that or something. But
how frequently do wildcats come in of Celbensis and Sumbawa?
Lately we've seen a lot of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
But it's been most of what we've seen has been through like underground reptiles. So it's 50-50 shot where you're there.
What you're getting. Right. And then we saw Cold-Blooded Shop just had a bunch too. We had a buddy message us and he was like, "Did you wholesale to him?" And I'm like, "No, like not." We don't wholesale, just to let you know. But yeah, he has a bunch right now too, and all it says is captive. Like it says captive bred, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know who from, or if they were just captive bred overseas and they just didn't say it. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I like Cold-Blooded Shop though.
Yeah. Yeah, for both locales, there's only a few people working with them as it is right now. That might change in the next few years. Who knows? Hopefully it does.
Yeah, that's what we want.
The last thing we want is, for heaven forbid, us have a fire or someone else that's working with them heavily, and limit the
they're gone.
Limit the availability for everyone else at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. I mean,
never know.
Like with the coming eye at this point, there have to be at least like dozens of people who have either the potential to produce them every year or do.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, there are a dime a dozen now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think I want to continue to breed them for years to come, just because there are a lot, and that's great. I love that, but I'm just kind of like, okay, well, we had our couple, that was fun. What next?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we want to. Be selective about what we do.
Yeah.
It's not fun having 50 babies running around all the time.
No. It's not fun feeding them all at once. Don't. It's not fun.
So what do you do? Just like throw a bunch of crickets in or something, or like how do you make sure
So,
that they're all getting?
so I give them a variety just because they need it. But yeah, 90% of it is cricket diet for the first for the first few months, and then I start adding cut up quail and cut up chicks. I do add in quail eggs, and I'll scramble an egg sometimes, raw egg, hard boiled, yeah. It's just so funny because when one gets it in their mouth, the other one wants to get it from their mouth. Like, I don't have a whole plate of food right in front of him.
Yeah.
So you just have to watch them closely, especially when it comes to like the meat, like the whole prey food items, because that's when they're more likely to like fight over it.
Yeah. And then we stick primarily with any type of poultry.
Yeah.
As far as food. We don't do fish. We had issues with it one time. It just, scared us. So we just stay away from it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Not our thing.
Yeah, we have PTSD, so I'm okay.
And they do good on the quail and the chicken.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
No issues.
Do you throw any rodents in there or
only rodents after the female lays?
Mm-hmm. To bulk them back up.
Yeah, that's the only time we ever do rodents.
Yeah, we hear there's a lot of issues with feeding them primarily rodents often with like obesity, fatty liver disease, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we've just always I really try not to feed them a rat and except, like he said, after they lay, just to bulk them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, that's just personal preference, but
yeah. There's a million right ways to do this. It's just ours.
Yeah. I mean, in the wild, they're sorting through trash cans.
Yeah.
So they're gonna eat whatever, but that's just our method.
So then, but does it make it easier when it's time to cycle of like giving them a large volume of food at once that isn't necessarily super dense?
Right. So, I mean, 90% of it is chicks is what we primarily feed to get her to cycle is chicks.
Yeah, day-old chicks or like a few-week-old chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think ours are day-old, aren't they?
For the smaller ones.
Yeah.
And then a few-week-old for the larger ones.
Okay. He does all the ordering.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yep. You gotta have it all.
We do get some quail from Blake's Exotic Feeders too, so
yeah.
saw they're a sponsor. So
yep, sponsor the channel. Shout out.
Yep.
Yep, thanks, Blake. Send more.
Send more. All the quail.
All the quail.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So yeah, I guess a good topic to get into. Well, actually, before we do that, because I want to talk about this with you guys, but it'll probably go a little bit longer than a couple minutes. I'm going to cut to the commercial break real quick.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in a few minutes, everybody. Sit tight, and we'll be back after the word from our sponsors.
Shout out to tonight's sponsor, and that's the one and only Morph Market and Morph Market Shipping. One of the biggest exciting things about the reptile hobby over the past couple years is Morph Market Shipping taking everything to the next level. Anything as far as reptile purchasing or selling needs can all be done on Morph Market's website, so I highly suggest you go check it out, especially if you're in the market of purchasing your first, second, or third, or fourth reptile. You can find a bunch of legitimate breeders on Morph Market's platforms. They stand very tall on representing the best breeders we have in the hobby, so don't look anywhere else when it comes to looking for your new reptile. Not to mention, if you're looking for aquatics or your next plant, Morph Market's a spot for you as well. Make sure you head over to morphmarket.com, and the best thing about Morph Market's platform, you could ship directly from their website with Morph Market Shipping. Morph Market Shipping has saved this hobby millions of dollars as a whole. I myself saved thousands with Morph Market Shipping last year due to their insanely cheap rates, so definitely go take advantage of these rates on top of the amazing customer service that comes along with Morph Market Shipping. Shout out to Darian and Zach, and shout out to the entire Morph Market team. So proud to be a part of this team. Thank you so much for Morph Market Shipping and Morph Market, and so excited to announce new Morph Market features that are going to be hitting the reptile hobby real soon, like live sales on Morph Market. Thank you so much, Morph Market and Morph Market Shipping. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, brought to you by ZooMed.
ZooMed is proud to be supporting the Trap Talk Reptile Network. At ZooMed, reptiles are our passion. For over 48 years, we've been creating premium foods, supplies, and habitats for reptiles and other exotic animals. We're a company made up of hobbyists that test our products on the hundreds of animals that we care for here every single day. Whether you're an established breeder or a first-time hobbyist picking up your first ball python, Zoom It has you covered with everything you need to keep your animals happy and healthy.
I'm excited to talk about this new product with Zoom It called the Slither Sense. It is a remote temperature and humidifying monitoring system, which we all know how important temperature and humidity is to your reptile. And for you to have remote access to your temperature and your humidity in your reptile room could really, really be a game changer for the longevity of you keeping reptiles. So guys, make sure you check out that product. Find the link in the description below. Click on it right now. Give me your feedback in the comments below. Let me know how you're liking a brand new Zoom It product. Shout out to tonight's sponsor, Workshop Reptilium. Josh Hansen is doing things different over in his facility. He has one of the most diverse, beautiful reptile collections currently in the reptile hobby today, but he is doing things differently when it comes to enclosures, thinking outside the box, giving these reptiles bigger enclosures. I feel like it's something this hobby needs. So a lot of exciting stuff to come from Workshop Reptilium. I'm going to be flying up to his place to give you guys a deeper look into his facility. And I'm also excited to have an episode with Josh so he can explain himself where his goals are headed when it comes to keeping. Thank you so much, Josh Hansen over at Workshop Reptilium. Make sure you head over to Instagram. Make sure you head over to Facebook. Also, make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube. You can find all the links in the description below. Again, thank you so much, Josh, over at Workshop Reptilium.
Alrighty, everybody, we are back. So the topic I want to get into now is about just the feeding of the monitors in general, at kind of different life stages, because I think it's probably safe to say that it's probably the most critical aspect of their overall success, both from a health standpoint and a breeding standpoint, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So then I guess we touched on it a little bit from when they're babies. How frequently are you doing those feedings for those baby monitors?
Anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. I mean, 90% of the time I'm feeding at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Again, like we had said, primarily insectivores at this stage.
Right.
They love the hunt. Our Simbawa babies right now will only eat crickets because of that interaction, and they just don't have the confidence yet. But those coming eye babies are smashing quail, eggs, everything else.
Okay.
So it kind of depends on your individual animal, I feel like at that young age. But as they continue to grow into juveniles, like yearlings, then it's primarily only like the day-old chicks, sometimes like cut in half so that they can swallow it better. You just kind of watch that belly and how the monitor's growing to depend on when to switch to bigger feeders or a smaller feeder. But we mainly focus on chicks, quail, and eggs here, and dusted with plenty of calcium, of course.
Okay.
Lizards are known for MBD, so we want to make sure that that's not ever an issue.
Yeah. And then we do, like you said, every 2 to 3 times a week, so every other day or every third day feeding, just based on, you know, how much they've metabolized the last meal and just watching their health, really.
Okay. Are you guys doing the supplementation with every meal?
Yes.
Every meal or like every other?
Every other, at least every other.
Okay.
It just depends on the individual animal, really.
Well, and eggs have a lot of calcium. I mean,
Yeah.
the egg shell, so that helps a ton too.
Yeah, no question. Okay. So then at what age or size do you kind of then switch up the feeding regimen?
I mean, honestly, we kind of keep it the same
Okay.
for their whole life. I mean, even the adults, we feed them, you know, every other day, every third day.
Okay.
It just depends on our schedule too, you know.
Well, and we want to keep them leaner. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people feed heavy, you know, once a week. I just don't want to do that. I kind of want to keep. And plus with our females, it also helps to feed them more often. Like kind of like retics. Like you feed them less amounts more often to help them grow at a little bit of a slower rate, but at a steady rate to keep them healthy, to not cause obesity or, you know, things along those lines. And plus, monitors will eat until they explode.
Yeah.
Like there is no okay, well, I think that's enough, but why not a couple more? Like they store it all like in their throat, and so like it's not down there until like you go check. You know, we feed the morning of, and then you go in there at night, and I'm like, I fed you way too much there, pal. Like, you know.
We have to cut the babies off sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll just leave the bowl in there, and you know they'll keep eating. Like, okay, you're done. Like,
Yeah.
you are so done. You don't need any more.
They're little garbage disposals.
Yeah. Okay. So then, is there a point in time where you guys will cut down on the insects and go to just primarily birds?
I mean, it's within the first 4 months, maybe
4 or
at
5
least.
months.
We hate buying crickets. We hate dealing with crickets. So the fastest I can get away from that, the better.
Yeah. We don't breed crickets.
Yeah.
I can't.
If they'll eat quail day one, then I'm happy. You know.
Yeah.
Some will, some won't.
Especially when you're dealing with monitors that have big water bowls. Crickets are the worst ever.
I'd rather deal with monitor shits than dying crickets.
Yeah, and then I'd rather deal with dried guts on the wall if I gotta cut it up. Like, it ain't a big deal to me. And then, I mean, one of these guys I could probably feed them a day-old baby quail and cut it in half, and they could eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, and they're 3 months old now. So, I as soon as we can get them off of it, I will.
Yeah. Makes a lot of
bugs.
sense.
We hate bugs. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the end of the story. We're just we're not bug people.
Yeah. Then you guys definitely found the right monitors, because I think you guys would probably hate tree monitors.
Yes. That would not. Maybe if it was like dubia, if we only fed dubia.
I do have a dubia colony, and it's not terrible, but
it's really crickets then.
Yeah, it's the crickets. And the only thing I don't like about the dubia either is, like, I feel like they don't, I don't know, like they hide so quick. So it's just it's almost like it's not even
hard to tell if they ate them all.
Yeah.
If you walk away.
I'm like, okay, where'd they go?
Unless you're hand feeding every single bite,
Yeah.
But
yep. Next thing you know, you have a full blown dubia colony in the substrate of that enclosure.
Like, oh hey, there's that walking around. That's cool.
That's where that went. Cool. Or you see it crawl on the floor, and you're like, okay, cool, there it goes. Helpful.
Hell yeah. Fun times. So then when it comes to your cycling females, do you do anything really differently with the food? Do you just give them more at a feeding? How do you guys change up the food cycling, I guess, is the question.
So it's definitely more, and it's more frequently. Like, I'm actually doing it almost daily, if not every other day.
Okay.
So I kind of, right now, everybody eats, all of our adults eat basically twice a week, sometimes 3. And each time they're getting about 6 or 7 chicks, and then about like 8 or 9 quail eggs. I really don't keep count, if I'm honest. I kind of just have a method now that I just, take it out. I'm like, okay, here's your few, here's your few. But yeah, I do increase more chicks during that time to get her to cycle. And then as soon as she lays those eggs, I am pounding her with calcium to get all those nutrients back in her.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably like about 20 days before we want her to, like cycle and lock up. We increase food intake by like 50% probably.
Okay.
That's a good number. And I mean, she processes it, no problem.
Yeah.
She doesn't balloon up very quickly, it takes steady with it. But so far we've had good success with that, no issues so far. So
okay. That's perfect. Is there a point in the cycle at which they'll naturally slow themselves down?
As far as like food,
the food intake. Yeah.
So it's different for all of ours. My words, I can't think. Sassy, Arcellabensis. I want to call her by her name, not her type. Sorry. But Sassy, Arcellabensis, she will eat on the day that she lays.
Yeah.
She will not stop eating. She will continue eating. But our Sambawa, she won't eat 4 or 5 days beforehand. Like, I'll put it up to her face, and she'll literally shake her head and like deny it. Yeah. So they're all just so different. There's no and it's just watching their demeanor change as they grow the follicles and stuff like that. Like that was my hardest part of figuring out how to cycle, was when they build the follicles, they swell up. Well, I'd always miss it. So that was a huge part of learning it for me, because once you miss that, that's it. Like, you know, no different than snakes.
And you feel bad for them too, because they just look miserable.
They look miserable, yeah. They kind of pout. It's pathetic.
They're a big balloon for, you know, the next week or so.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you know?
my bad.
So is the goal to get the breeding before that, or like right as you see that swell, you're like, all right, male, here you go?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's right as that swelling hits. As soon as you see that swelling, it's boy, like you go.
Also, like if you were to go through the process, you know, if you decide you wanted her to start cycling, increase food intake for, like I said, about 20 days or so, you're going to see the weight stay on. And then you can just start doing test pairings, and you're going to watch her during that. If she's, you know, if she's scenting at all, the male is obviously going to know what he wants. But it's as far as her, you know, if she's running in the cage, running away from him, then she's not ready, you know. But if she's being docile, puts her head down, you know, with them being water monitors, they like to copulate in the water. So sometimes, even if she's, you know, kind of running around skittish, if you put them both in the water, they will, you know, they'll
go
down
right at it.
And they'll, you know, figure out what they want.
So you guys physically entered them into the water and be like,
yes,
do it in here.
Here's your happy space.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Zen mode.
But like, so we were talking before, that's where people have had issues. So like we will let them do their thing for like 24 hours, you know, maybe 36. But Nikki's home all day long for work, so she can watch them actively. But that's like where people have had issues before. They'll leave them together for weeks.
Yeah.
And he'll be constantly pursuing her. If you have a water feature that's too big, he will pursue her until he drowns her. He will hold her under. And there's been a lot of deaths in water monitors because of that. So we use, especially during breeding, we use very shallow tubs.
Yeah.
Just enough for them to be able to submerge, and that's it. Because she, you know, so she can stick her neck out if she has to.
Like she can still get air if they're both in there.
Yeah, because we're not, like I said, we're our pets. We're not trying to have any issues. You know, we care about them more than we do the breeding of it.
Yeah, when we got into this, our goal, like I just wanted one monitor and I was happy. And then he was like, well, let's go get some more. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, okay, well, let's breed them. And it wasn't our original goal to breed.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened.
Sure.
Well, if you buy one, you gotta buy the other. You know,
yes.
So buy a male, you have to have the female. Of course.
You gotta have them in pairs.
Yeah,
of course.
Be irresponsible not to.
Yeah, exactly. They need friends, you know.
So then, if you're going for consecutive clutches, you're still pairing up the female after each clutch. Like, do they retain sperm from clutch to clutch?
We don't know.
We're trying to figure that out with John. Even John's struggling with that too. Because that's why we've had we've had a lot of questions been asked about that, especially with our celebensis, because she keeps parthoing every time. And people are like, well, she's still retaining sperm. I'm like, she hasn't seen a boy in 5 years.
She was with one male before we got her, and then we didn't get a viable egg from her for like 2 years. So I don't think she could have retained it that long. And the offspring was visually a pure celebensis. Versus what she was paired with before we got her was I think it was like an albino.
Yeah, like a teen egg or something.
So you would have been able to see, you know.
I would have.
That it was at least a normal Asian water monitor instead of the celebensis.
Right.
And then like with our Zimbabwe's, we have had successful clutches with her, and then afterwards she, we didn't pair her, and then she laid eggs, but where only one was good.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a sign, that she did not retain the sperm, and that she more so would have parthoed.
I really don't think they hold it for long. I really don't.
Yeah. It's interesting, because they're not quite as prolific as like geckos per se, but definitely far more than snakes. Snakes can retain sperm for 3 years, 4 years sometimes. I had a female rattlesnake retain sperm for 2 years and then have a litter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wild. I like she looks big, but I'm like, well, I've never even paired her. Like I didn't even pair her.
Yeah.
And
free
free babies.
Darn.
And then yeah, like the year that she had the litter, she just wasn't eating very much, and I'm like, but she still looked big. I'm like, no, what? Like, well, like maybe she's gonna slug out or something. Maybe she just cycled and didn't, wasn't paired, and then all of a sudden there's 3 babies. I'm just like, huh?
I love that.
But then like with geckos, like when I was breeding my leopard geckos, or really any gecko, oftentimes you just need one. You pair them up before the first clutch, and then you're like, cool, and they lay 9 more clutches without being repaired. So so yeah, especially with the monitors that will lay like 4 clutches a year. I'm just kind of curious what the answer is with that.
We haven't seen anything to like make us think that this is still a fertile clutch from like the last time, just because there's so much like
the success rate with the eggs, or the fertilization rate with the eggs is
the viability of the eggs is so different each time they
low.
And sometimes when we do put what we think looks like a good egg in the incubator, it goes bad. So I don't see it being long.
Okay, interesting.
It is cool though, like with so I mean, getting the Partho eggs is one thing, be able to create a life just with her, but we have had some babies hatch that are funky, I guess you'd call it. They're just different. They look different, which I know it can happen with like snakes, where I guess you could have with the monitors too. So you have like an albino female, she has a Partho baby, the baby will always be albino because she's doubling her genes. We've had that too, like with we just posted about today, our Simbawa, she had a Partho baby, and he does not look like a Simbawa.
He looks like a guru.
Which guru is another, I don't know if you've seen them, they're another they're incomplete dominant morph monitor.
Yeah, and people keep messaging me and they're like, is that a guru? And I'm like, I don't have a single guru in my collection. Like,
so as of now, he's the first one that looks like that we've seen anywhere, which he's pretty cool. So he's definitely staying. He's more striped out,
We've gotten a variety from everything, whether it's fertile or not.
Cool. Animals like that always make it a little extra special to have something kind of for the future that also you produce too, which makes it even more special. So you guys reading that comment?
Yeah.
We'll pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, pull it up.
So Jerry Wolf has had a surprising number of successful Partho clutches, lots of knowledge on that, and sperm retention. If it can help you all, very helpful guy.
We'll have to reach out to him. We talked the other day. We'll have to reach out to him.
I've never met him or talked to him. Taylor said he did, but I don't know if it's actually him responding,
Partho clutches for what? Water monitors?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
That's all he works with.
Oh, yeah. Jerry Wolf. Yeah, he works with only water monitors, black throats, white throats. He started getting into some snakes. Don't ask me what, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Interesting.
It's weird, too, because we don't really know what causes it. Like Mike Stefani, he told us he's never had one in all the years he's done monitors.
Wow.
I told you, I just love them more.
But we had one without ever pairing, I guess.
Yeah.
So it could be, I mean, we have really hard water here. It could be an environmental factor like that just causes them to want to go, or I mean, no one really knows for sure. So we'd like to be able to, eventually figure that out, correlate something that shows what causes it, but
thanks for that info though, Jordan.
Yeah,
absolutely. Interesting. So, and then has he ever raised up any to the point of being
we wouldn't know.
I really don't follow, because he kind of went quiet for a while because he just moved and stuff. So he really hasn't posted too much, and we've like we said, we've never met him. We'd only messaged him I think twice on Facebook, and that's been about it.
But we definitely plan on reaching out. I mean, he's got a lot of information. He's been kind of doing it as long as we have, I think. He got into it about the same time.
Cool.
The difference is him being in Florida, being able to do it outside on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Which we're definitely envious of,
Yeah,
I'd like to have them outside, but I don't want to have them outside.
Yeah, yeah, I get that for sure. I mean, the thing is in Indiana, like there are you maybe have 3 months where you can like legitimately do it, where the nights don't get too cold, and then even still, there's little periods where you're like breaking into like the upper 50s at night, and you're like,
yeah, it's just not, it's not worth it here in Indy, and we know that. That's why we don't have, the only thing we keep outdoors right now is our redfoot tortoises, and they're out there only during the day, and then they come in at night. Yeah. So, and then, our diamondback terrapins we have outside. But, those are found in cold, so, you know, but yeah, we don't have any confidence keeping, and it changes their personality. They see the different UV lights, they see the different, so that can really change how they act too.
We've seen like, a perfectly social, adult water monitor, been around people his whole life, calm, tame, everything you'd want from one. You put it in an outdoor enclosure and it just flips a switch. Mean. It's scared, it's exposed. That being the biggest thing. It's exposed to the environment, something flying above it. It's never had that before. It's always had at least 5 walls, It can completely change the demeanor of one and how it interacts with you. But we've seen that countless times with other people's collections.
Yeah.
That'd be like the worst fear, raising one up for years as a baby, and all of a sudden you can't go near it. It's just get terrified of you.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that would be probably like the most defeating feeling ever. Would be, like you said, all that work and then put it outside.
You'd have to get past it again, you'd have to restart.
Yeah, bring it back inside and redo it again.
I mean, you could do it outside. You said it's fresh.
I just don't. Nah, that's too much work.
But then restarting with a much older and larger animal too.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah.
Going back to croc monitor talk, that's where that comes in too. It's no thanks.
That's one thing we did learn from Kevin. One of the biggest things about dealing with the monitors, I mean, everything in general, is that they teach you as much as you teach them. So like as far as like socializing them and everything, if you let them like tail whip you when you pull away, then you're teaching them that, hey, that works. I'm gonna keep doing that to get this person away from me, or the biting. Sometimes you just gotta let it happen, even though it sucks. But once you get past that, they learn that, hey, this doesn't work anymore. Then it's a whole new world as far as socializing them. So you want to do it when they're small, because if you get an 8-foot black dragon slapping you with its tail, you're not gonna have a fun time.
I've always felt that way about snakes, where I feel like any snakes that I've had that have like really gotten me, like a real, not like a baby, but like an older snake that bit me, like they just like they start to feel like they got away with it. I don't know, like I would feel like if a snake bites you, it promotes like that type of behavior where, I don't know, I feel like what I've always tried to do is, obviously within reason, but like just do what I can to never take any bites. And I feel like that goes a long way to establishing that relationship where after a while a defensive snake might, you might not get to the point of being able to like handle it freely, but where you get to have, pretty regular chill interactions with the animal without much fear at all of it trying to bite you.
Sure, that's kind of hard too with scrubs, because so many of them are defensive all the time, always in ready to go mode.
Yeah, females especially.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Come to my house, you'll be surprised about how few scrubs are really trying to get you at any point in time.
No, that's why we're excited for that female.
Yeah, we're excited to get ours going.
Yeah, guys, we got a female from Steven. We're so excited. So if you need a scrub python, hit up him. He's pretty good. He's okay. He's justice approved, so
Justice approved.
That's all I need.
We'll get you a stamp.
We'll get you a stamp.
Yeah.
And you have to put it on all your boxes.
Absolutely. I will. Yeah, you got to have a little like clip art of some banana pudding on the justice approved stamp as well.
Gotta have food in there somewhere.
Yeah, but no, the banana pudding specifically.
Okay, no, well, he sent me a reel of banana pudding cheesecake.
Oh, that sounds good.
So I guess I gotta make that.
It's my favorite dessert ever.
If you guys ever visit, I love cooking for people. It's my favorite thing. And Steven is literally like, when can I come over again? Because feeding Steven it's just his favorite thing ever. But
yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, I feel bad. Like I just like send you these desserts that pop up in my algorithm. I'm like, I'm not like, you don't need to make every single one of these. I'm just like, I think you would appreciate this. And you're like, okay, fine, I'll do that one too. I'm like, that's not what I'm saying, but I mean, all right, I'm not gonna say no. So
I was about to say you won't say no. You won't be like, I guess I'll eat it. Like if I have to. If I made you something and you didn't eat it, I'd probably hurt you like repeatedly.
well, good thing we never had to cross that bridge yet.
Yeah.
So it won't happen, Steven.
Definitely won't now.
Oh, see, even Jeremy commented that my sourdough is heavenly.
Yes, indeed. The charcuterie boards are they're pretty legit too.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I just made one of those.
The brie and strawberry jelly combo.
Told you.
Never
phenomenal.
It's weird, but it works.
It's so good.
Never would have even considered it.
Yeah.
No, and then add prosciutto on top. It's great.
I didn't get a chance to have dinner before the episode, so I'm just like
We had grilled cheeses. We went simple tonight.
nothing wrong with a good grilled cheese.
No.
Yep.
It's been a minute since I've had grilled cheese.
I know. See, now you're gonna go make one.
Well, I don't have the necessary ingredients to make a grilled cheese, so
You don't have cheese?
Or bread?
no.
That's why he sends me all the food videos, because he doesn't have groceries. So he's like, Nikki has groceries.
Second dinner. Second dinner's best.
Yeah, no, I do my best to prevent myself from even having the things available to eat that I know I shouldn't eat. That's usually a good method.
I wish I could do that. I don't know how to do that.
I hope you don't, because then I'll come over there and you're like, all right, I made some grilled chicken breasts and broccoli. I'm going to be like,
we know you love it. It's your favorite.
Yeah, you eat it every day.
It's your favorite. Here you go.
wow.
And then Jell-O with Cool Whip for dinner. The lowest calorie dessert.
Yeah. Oh, man. My mouth is just watering at the Jell-O Cool Whip. But yeah, that banana pudding cheesecake. That's why I said I'm like, this might be the top. I don't think I can top this. Like,
I definitely will have to try and make that. I'm not very good at making cheesecake. That's like I suck at cooking a steak. I can't cook a steak for the life of me.
That's me.
Yeah, Taylor does the steaks, but other than that, like I'm pretty good with everything else.
Yeah, whenever we want to come out to Pomona sometime, so whenever we do, we'll bring you some. We would definitely want to start hitting up some of the West Coast shows here more.
Oh, we just want to travel in general to more shows now. That like we kind of like. I'm not saying we built a name yet, but we're still like building our name, and like we really want to venture out. That's why we did Monitor Fest, because we just it's about networking, and
they're just fun.
Yeah, that too. I really want to go to Florida. I really want to go. I want to go. I've heard Dallas is meh, but I still want to go. And
Dallas is done now, so.
Yeah. Oh, is it? I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're demolishing the venue, so.
Oh,
crazy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Let's go have in the parking lot. So.
Yeah, definitely a super show. It's definitely on our list.
Yeah.
Daytona
is the big one for me. I want to go to Daytona really bad.
Yeah, it's tough from the. Oh man, I don't know. From the show itself standpoint, they're so different that it's hard to say what's better, one or the other. I mean, Pomona's a lot bigger than Daytona, but you will see animals at Daytona that you won't see at any other. I mean, you'll probably see it at the Florida shows, but the turtle selection, the lizard selection, you just don't see that at other reptile shows. But as far as like an entire weekend goes, I mean, shout out to the Reptile Super Show. They sponsor the podcast, but like, it's hard to beat Daytona as far as the overall. Okay. It's right on the beach, and like the social aspect of after the show is just
that's why I want to go really bad, is like just for the fun of it too, like and I get a mini vacation in it, and I can go to the beach when we're done, and like just
and there's a lot of
he gets his fresh seafood and
plus the Daytona too. Is not where most of the importers are.
Yeah.
So they're getting a wide variety of.
Yeah. No, there's always stuff at the Daytona you're not going to see it any other big show just by the nature of what Florida is. But the January Pomona show, I mean, it's up there with the best reptile show. Like it's so hard to beat that.
Yeah, we'll have to plan on that next year.
We want to do them all I just want to venture out more, and because lately we've been so focused on growing everything up. Now that like everything's grown, I'm like, okay, let's do let's start networking. And
outside of our cell events as female, I mean, we've raised everything from babies or yearlings, and
as far as monitor.
I mean,
oh no, our retics we did buy as babies too. So everything we bought baby. Yeah. Which is great, but it's been 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean it's the way to go, and I screwed up with that of like trying to, cut the line by adults and stuff like that, and like just there's certain instances where like you can get adults from somebody and you actually are in a good situation, but a lot of the time just the ability to let those animals grow up in your collection and
well, then you know everything about them.
Right. Yeah. I think that's probably the reason why I haven't bred Moluccan scrubs yet. Is that I think that's the reason why. So
you need to start with some captive babies and then.
Well, I mean, babies of any type. So
are they importing those still or no?
Rarely. The quotas are just super low out of Indonesia for anywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
we watched DM quite a bit and follow him. I just didn't know, I know obviously get the other scrubs, the Barnecks and stuff. I just didn't know if the Moluccans were something that comes in quite often or not.
Yeah, really not for quite some time now. I mean, there have been years with 0 quotas, and I think there's been years with like a quota of like 4. Where 4 will leave Indonesia the entire year. It's like
that's crazy.
Okay, that's helpful. So
waiting for a King Ornai. That's what I'm waiting for.
Same.
I'll jump on that so fast.
Show me the money.
Did you guys see that post that was kind of going a little viral on Facebook, like between today and yesterday, of the 2 big males fighting?
Yeah.
I just saw it before this podcast.
Was that real?
Oh yeah.
Those are insane. I thought it was like Photoshop.
Yeah, I mean, with AI these days, you do have to question everything, but no, that was real.
We're over here like, I just want one.
Yeah, I'll just look at it from over here.
Yeah, like I would just want a pair and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't need more than 2 15, 16-foot scrub pythons.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm sure that's I mean, we deal with that with the retics, but I'm sure a equivalent length scrub would be a lot to handle.
Well, I mean, they move just as much as retics.
But they're just so fast.
Yeah.
They can be fast. I mean,
they're not as thick.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll hear stories of people from Australia, and who knows if this is like an exaggeration or not, but saying that they have like these big ass King Hornai that have like 8-foot strike ranges, and like.
I mean,
I could see it.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
And it's gonna be fast too.
It's gonna be quick.
Yeah. It's like you need like a full riot shield.
Well, they always say, everything in Australia is trying to kill you. So
yeah, literally.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Steven's gonna show up in SWAT gear to go play with his snakes.
Here, buddy.
Yeah, eventually. I'd love to get the chance to mess with some giant ass.
Have you ever like held one or anything?
No. There are only 3 in the country, and
okay, and they're all gone.
I've seen them in person. But just behind glass at Reptile Gardens. That's
Oh, okay. Does he still have them anymore? Are they gone?
I think that I don't think that they're not there anymore. But it was just 2 females.
That sucks.
There's no way to reproduce
to get more. Okay.
Yeah,
I want to go up there too.
They could theoretically get them from Australia, but it's just whether or not they actually.
It's really a whole
That's kind of been us with like the Perenni, we see people from overseas posting them. I'm so jealous, it's the one thing we want, but
yeah,
Maybe one day we'll see.
I mean, they're cool, but I haven't I have to mess with something to want it. I guess that's my thing. I've messed with the croc monitors. I mess with the Asian monitors. You know, the stuff that I want. It's stuff that I've like had good, like he said, like good experiences with it. I don't want something just because it's cool.
To me, they're very bird-like, even more than most, if not all, of the other monitors.
Yeah,
like they're the head to body ratio on a Parenti is like insane. Their head's like the size.
No, they're cool looking.
It's like I think it's like the next step up from like a lace, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a totally different. I don't know. I've held a Parenti one time, and it was one of the craziest experiences. It was an adult female too, so like Parenti, I'm like, ooh, they're so pretty. Yeah. Oh my god.
No, they're gorgeous.
The neck patterns.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the reticulated pattern, the light color. Oh my god, they're so pretty.
And that's probably my favorite part about like having our lace is the neck pattern. It's kind of like the Rorschach look. Mm-hmm. It's always different.
Yeah.
Well, I know Ty Park. I know if you pay like a VIP pass, he'll let you like go behind the scenes and hold his named Irwin. So guess I gotta make a trip down to Florida. Darn it. So.
Yeah, Iguanaland's only like 4.5 hours from Daytona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Taylor and I keep saying we could honestly spend just a week touring everybody along Florida and just like going up and down and visiting like so many different like facilities and so many different like there's just so many people out there.
Yeah. No, you can make like a 2 to 3 week trip around Daytona and go to like 2 facilities a day and that's part of what makes it so special. It's like that, the herping. To me, I'm not a huge Florida herping type of guy, but you know.
See, we've never been herping.
But I mean, we're in Indiana, so you know.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining the episode tonight. Unbelievable.
We've never been.
Shame. Shame.
I know.
Shame.
I mean, what are we gonna find here in Indy? You know.
Yeah.
The rattlesnakes.
No, I want to touch it and I'll get bit.
Just bring a look. Oh look, a rattlesnake. It's just gonna sit there.
No, I mean I wanna try. We've never been like, let's go. I don't know. We're lazy.
Well, we also don't know the local species, you know, so I didn't end up touching the wrong thing. Do what?
iNaturalist.com.
Yeah. I'll have to look into it.
Okay.
But I'd be like that video, you know.
Going herping.
You ever seen the video of the guy
in Indiana? So.
You ever seen the video of the guy on the boat holding the sea crate? He's like grabs it. He's like, what's this? He just throws it over the edge. It'd be like that. I'd be holding them. Hey, what's this? Look at this. And I just
the blue ring octopus.
Yeah.
You're lucky that there's no venomous species in Indiana that says like, is that venomous? It's like that's a timber rattlesnake, a cottonmouth, a copperhead, like Messsager. Like no, like there's no mistaking what that is.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've my parents live on a lake, so we've helped like snapping turtles and stuff like that. But that's been about our experience with like herping and stuff like that.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I think I'd seen in total. I think I saw 2 snakes in Indiana, maybe 3 snakes, and then drove straight over a snapping turtle on 5 points. I literally pulled over, put my hazards on, and called Jamie. I'm like, "Hey, Jamie, you want another snapping turtle?" He came and put it in the trunk.
Oh, Jamie.
And I found it was actually super cool. It was in Brown County. My mom had got a cabin down there. And when I was leaving, it was the morning, and I saw an eastern box turtle on the road. That was freaking cool.
I'd love to see Easterns here. I mean, we're literally 45 minutes from Brown County, so the next time you come up, we could all just make a trip down there and do.
Yeah, my buddy Alex Myers. I think you guys know Alex, right? Yeah, you guys know.
Yeah.
He found a timber in Indiana down in Brown County.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we'll just have to do a herping trip in Brown County then.
And apparently, we have armadillos up here too.
Yes.
We never knew that.
We have armadillos.
There's armadillos in Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky.
Yep.
Like down south?
No, like in Brown County area.
Oh, hey, tornado warning. That's
Speaking of Indiana,
yeah, we're experiencing some pretty intense storms.
Seek shelter. Yeah.
Seek shelter and do a podcast.
Yeah. So after this, we'll probably be on the porch in our lawn chairs, just hanging out.
I will not. I will be sleeping.
Nice. Yeah. No, yeah, some herping is definitely in order. I will say though, I took way too long to like actually really do like any real legit herping into keeping reptiles. My excuse was growing up in the city, but not a great excuse considering there was, didn't have to go very far to actually do any herping in Illinois. So
yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing too. I think we're just we've been homebodies a lot lately just because we've been so focused on like building up monitor cages and growing up things and saving our money to be able to make our collection better. Like we only want to improve. We don't.
Yeah, we've just
been busy. Yeah. So when we travel, it's okay. Let's go to Tinley, and then we're coming home, and then we're going to Monitor Fest, and then we don't get home till 3 a.m. and then we're sleeping. So we just haven't really had the opportunity yet. I did go to Wisconsin recently, and I saw a bunch of turkeys. That's about all I got. Yeah, so
they're kind of reptiles.
Yeah, they're kind of they're birds.
They're close enough. Yeah, they're close enough. Nice. Yeah. No, it's definitely worthwhile. I'm gonna do it. I've been. Yeah. You guys are into retics. You might already know where this is going.
No. I need to get out of here for this combo. I know.
So, I mean, if you guys don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
Taylor can talk about it.
What? Sorry, I was watching the weather.
So pretty big controversy in retics as of late.
Oh yeah. I know.
You guys have some you're personally vested in. I want to get your take on the ocelot situation.
Okay, so I guess I do have a different point of view, because we're really good friends with Aubrey. He's helped us more than anybody else ever should help somebody else, in different ways than different ways than just the snakes. Yeah. We had him at our wedding. He's a good friend to us.
Yeah,
but
he's family.
Even outside of that, as far as the animals themselves, there's a lot of like controversy, saying that the female visual ocelots can't reproduce. They either go egg bound or they don't lay. That's been what everybody's been saying. So, Rodney had come up with, said he's like talked to 20 people, or he got information on like 20 clutches or 20 animals that didn't lay or had issues between the states and overseas. And then a lot of people are saying, throwing shit at Aubrey because they're like, how did you not know this? How you're the ocelot guy, how did you not know this? There's like, you've had adult visual females for how long? They're the first one, and how have you not had ran into this issue yourself? We've been down to Aubrey's facility multiple times for different reasons. He doesn't have a lot of adult females laying around that are visual, and with the ones that he does, they're just kind of pets, because he's not trying to breed. He's not trying to grow up a visual female ocelot to breed when he can just make hets and further different morphs into it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So he can make hets. He can make hets with new genes and just breed the hets and get them to breed faster to produce what he needs faster than waiting on a visual female to get full term. So like people have been saying that they've gotten het ocelot females to breed at 3.5 years old, right? But not visuals. It's my belief that they just need to be a little older. That's personally, my belief. Outside of us, being friends with Aubrey and everything, people push these snakes to breed so fast. To have these snakes breed at 3.5 years old, up to 5. We're pushing them more than they wouldn't do that in the wild.
Right.
They're gonna be doing their own thing, and then eventually copulate. But You know, we
and if you push them, there becomes issues.
Yeah, if you push them to breed, you're going to get issues in the long run, maybe immediately or later on. I compare it kind of to the super dwarfs. You know, I was talking with somebody about this the other day. Everybody knows you can't get super dwarfs to breed until they're older. You know, 5, 7 maybe. And there's a reason for that. They just don't go. They have issues with it until they get that mature. There are issues, and it's widely known. Everybody's aware of that, you know. And because of that, people wait let them mature until they're at that point. So I believe it's the same. It's just weird that it's only affecting the visual female, I guess. That's the strange point about it. But I mean, right now we don't know. You know, no one knows. Everybody's just, you know, assuming, I guess.
But our main theory is that it has to do with age.
Yeah, it just needs age related. And it's been an issue with like other retics. Ghost retics, visual ghosts, don't produce that good of clutches. That's been known for ever since they've been, you know, ever since Ben was working with them. Blondes can have issues too, the visuals. So I mean, it's been a common thing with retics, but I think it's just being blown up because of the investments people made in the ocelot was so large that now they feel like they're out all this money. Which I mean, we invested in it too, you know.
Yeah, but we did it.
Even if the female visuals prove not viable to lay clutches, you know, we're not gonna stop messing with them. We'll raise up het females and breed the het females.
Yeah,
but it's weird though because the visual males
are fine.
They produce as long as you breed them with something else, they're fine. It's just the visual females. So in my brain, it's just not making sense, not clicking on what that would affect it.
Well, I think, you know, me being fully on the outside, having no skin in the game, to me, and again, I'm not, you know, this is just an opinion. I'm not trying to say anything about anybody, but I would imagine if the female visuals could produce, that there would at least have been a clutch by now, considering how long it has been around.
No, I mean, I agree with that. You know, there should be some, you know, but I'm
just curious, like because I saw other people say, like, you know, the visuals might just need to be older. Just curious what the mechanism would be that, like, why would that need to be? Is it just
why? Sorry.
Like why would an 8-year-old female ocelot breed as opposed to at 4 when the hets would breed at 4?
Yeah, that's the weird thing about it.
A weakness of the gene potentially.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, there's a lot of retics with weak genetics. They're there, you know. That's
the unfortunate, you know, just the reality of when you're dealing with morphs is like these are broken genes. It's why they look like this. There's no morph that makes a healthier animal.
Yeah.
It isn't a thing.
And people are rushing it too because, I mean, it's an ocelot. Like, they're, like, let's be honest, they're
beautiful.
Fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody's like, okay, yeah, let's get her going. Like, she's 3, let's go. Which I get the excitement. I understand that. But at the same time, if she's not ready or you're putting her with a virgin male, like, who, you know, the ocelot that you're waiting on too to make more, like, it's an excitement which we understand and we respect, but you also have to respect the needs of the animal first.
Right. Yeah, and it might just be a bloodline related thing, you know. At this point, most of them have been inbred to produce visuals, you know. So you might just need to wait until once they're outcrossed more, maybe then the female will have more healthy genetics to produce viable eggs, you know. We don't know, you know. It can.
Yeah.
So you might know about like the ball pythons. There's the desert ghost, I think.
The desert.
Is it the desert? Okay.
Yeah, and
that never worked.
Yeah, like females were just straight infertile, like.
Yeah.
And
what was it, a recessive or a codom?
It was a codom, and I think that's then where it gets there's a little bit of nuance, and I didn't know that about the Rennick ghost, the females. Because the first thing you think automatically when something pops up in a morph where there's some new knowledge that comes along where there's something about reproduction that is inherently flawed. Like, for instance, the desert ball pythons, where females were just infertile, and like that project went from like a pretty solid project people were investing in. They were cool animals. They acted very much kind of like the desert ghost gene. I think that's why the desert called that, as like an enhancer. And like they're just gone. There are no desert ball pythons.
I doubt you could really find one if you tried. I mean,
yeah, you probably just straight up can't. So that project went. It didn't go from like holy shit to zero. It went from like solid to zero.
Yeah. The other one, were the males still viable though?
Yeah, males were good.
Okay, so just female. So yeah, I heard about that, and I thought maybe it could be similar.
Yeah.
It's just weird that's recessive and it's still doing it. But when the hets are fine, it's just.
It could just be that once that gene is fully expressed, then that's when the reproductive issue is actually manifest in the het form. They don't. Yeah, it could just be a genetic thing like that. Then the other project that, and obviously a very different scenario, but with the leopard geckos, the lemon frost morph. Were you guys familiar with that?
No.
So, I mean, visually striking, gorgeous leopard gecko, and there was like a genetic linked like cancer essentially with that gene. So very different scenario, but like that led to the downfall of the leopard gecko market, because people were dumping like tens of thousands of dollars into these, and like it went from, and obviously this is not the same as the desert or the ocelot, but it went from like this, these offspring were selling for thousands of dollars a piece for leopard geckos, which is big money for leopard geckos, to like, we got to euthanize them all.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be like finding out today that yellow belly causes cancer. It would just be devastating to the entire market.
Right. So different story. So that's kind of where I'm like, just as someone who's curious about markets within the industry, it's like, all right, now how's the retic market going to react to, even if it doesn't end up like with what you said could be true of, it's because they were just inbred too much. Like the beginning of the project didn't come with enough patience of like, all right, we have this morph, realistically the last morph that will ever happen,
and that's a big part of it too. It's quote unquote the last morph coming into the country. You know how that goes.
Yeah, well, we nothing more needs to be said on the podcast. But like it's interesting to me, especially with how many people put in such huge investments into the project. Like, now what does it look like going forward? Because obviously everybody wants to make their money back, hopefully, and then some. But then, so like, I guess to use a retic example with the ghosts, when someone has a clutch, what happens with the females?
All I know is that it's just a weak genetic. The eggs, they like to hatch really early.
Or they have egg reabsorption issues, like they reabsorb the eggs halfway through.
Yeah, there's just issues with it's a weak gene in itself.
So then are they still valuable when they're produced? Because
we know two.
I mean, it's like one of the most beautiful retic morphs. So there's people that still work with it and try to work with it and get what they can out of it. But it's definitely a niche. Limited. Yeah, it's a niche market within the retic industry.
Yeah, because I guess you can kind of draw a parallel with the ocelot there. I mean, the ocelot's more unique, although the ghost, like from a color standpoint, really makes everything like holy shit. Where like with the desert ball python, you can kind of accomplish the same general thing with a lot of other genes, like the color enhancing. But with the ocelot in particular, like other snake looks like that.
Yeah, there's no comparing.
You want that. You have no other choice.
Yeah.
And so like within that, within our plans, I don't plan on dumping anything. I don't plan to get rid of anything. I made it when all that started coming to light, the allegations, I'd say, of it. I made a post saying I'll buy any of your females.
Yeah.
So I had like 8 people hit me up that day trying to send me an adult female because they were scared. For pennies on the dollar.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, if say, everybody starts dumping their adult females, and then ends up like, oh, hey, you just need, just need more time, or, someone figures out something, then,
it's a gamble, but yeah.
Well, we're all those females now. All the big breeders don't have them,
Yeah.
and we'll see what that, if that happens that way, what would happen with the market.
Yeah.
But
and if the females aren't viable, like, we could still sell them as cool pets.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's the plan. We don't have to sell to breeders.
Right.
We don't sell our monitors to breeders. We sell them as amazing pets.
90% of them are.
Right. And out of all the retics, cows and ocelots are the easiest to sell.
As far as people who want pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they're visually stunning, so we don't ever see having issues with selling ocelots.
The market,
the market of them.
Okay. Cool.
But I think
that's just our 2 cents, though.
Yeah.
That's everybody has their opinion on it, but I think a lot of the breeders that we talk to and respect a lot, they kind of agree with us too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's kind of accepted that, no matter what, it's going to keep moving forward,
Yeah.
Then
there's no reason to stop yet.
Yeah.
It's too soon. It's
Right.
way too early to tell.
It's definitely too soon to say for sure. I mean, it's soon enough to say like something's up here, but what exactly is up here?
Right.
Don't burn the cross right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, it could be just as easy as like the gene. It's a morph, so that it weakened the animal, and the initial approach was the wrong approach of not outcrossing it enough.
Yeah.
Now we're dealing with a weak gene that's been inbred, so get some fresh blood in there, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll look at a different.
Well, do you know like the tiger morph with retics?
I mean,
it's probably most common tiger.
Yeah.
There's also a genetic stripe.
Right.
Sometimes when you mix the tiger with a genetic stripe, I believe it's called a clown. And so the tiger's a codon, the genetic stripe's recessive. Sometimes when you mix them, it creates, I think it's called a clown, but it's only with certain bloodlines of tiger. So, I mean, how many tigers are out there, couldn't count, but only sometimes it will work and mix together in the right way to produce this. So it could be the same way with the ocelot, just bloodline related, it needs the right extra addition or subtraction of genetics to produce a healthy genetic animal.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Retics are fun, there's a lot to it.
Retics are fun. The community, not always fun. It doesn't seem.
We've had good experiences so far.
We've had really good experiences. We chose good people to start with, I think.
Yeah, we only interact and talk to positive people. We've had no negative interactions with anybody, and if we do, we just cut them out.
Yeah, we're not huge drama people. We don't want to get involved. There's no reason. That's not why we're in it. We're in it for the animals.
And it's been the same way with the monitors too. We've only had positive interactions. The monitor breeders, keepers, and that's why we're in it for. We're not in here for drama or start a shit show or anything. It's just because we love it.
I mean, we've had there's always a bad egg in the bunch, but it happens. It's people. People are
right.
That's
the thing. For as negative as a lot of the different sub communities within reptiles can seem on Facebook or whatever, like you can fully curate your experience to be universally positive.
Yeah, and that's what our goal is. That's what we want, and that's why when you buy, if you ever buy an animal from us or purchase it from us, I want to know how it's doing. I want updates. I want to know how can I help you succeed the way we have, because that's why we do what we do, because we love it. So let me show you that world. It's so rewarding.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the whole people gatekeeping, those old term everybody uses.
There's no reason to.
No reason for it,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And if we don't know, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. We're still learning.
We haven't had that issue. We haven't had experience, but
or how can I figure that out for you?
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just being transparent in the moment of still learning this as well.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry if you don't like the answer, but it's the answer.
Well, I mean, we were only in it 4 years. Like, yeah, do we have all these amazing animals? Sure, but like I said, if they're not teaching me something every day or once a week or whatever, then I'm not, I'm not doing it right.
Yeah, I mean, you'll walk by every once in a while and be like, huh, that's cool.
You did that. Didn't know you did that.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, those are some of the best yet the most frustrating moments of like, oh, all right, I guess we're doing this today. Isn't that something?
It's like, I think one of those moments the most is like a retic. They're smart until they're hungry, then they're idiots.
So stupid.
Watching a retic tie itself in a knot, trying to go after the snake hook for food. That's one of those things where like, I can't believe this is happening right now. You know?
Really? You're so intelligent until,
Yeah, whenever I have a scrub that's doing anything a little bit unintelligent, I just like, I'm like, why are you acting like a retic? Like, you need to be have pride with what you are. Like, don't act like them. Like, act like what you are.
Damn, Steven.
I'll give you that. Like I said, they're smart until they're hungry. Then it's just food. That's all I care about.
That's all they care about.
One of my male Tannenbars, one of the sires of the clutches from this year, he's done this fun thing recently. Like he's just very hungry, and he's in a cage on the floor, and I have carpet in this room, and I'll open the door, he'll jump out and then hit the floor and then wrap the carpet. I'm just like,
how does he wrap the carpet?
I mean, not very well, but I feel like he'll have his mouth down there, he'll kind of like circle himself. I'm just like, oh my god, you look like a retic right now. Like, what are you doing?
I need a video of that next time.
Oh, I have pictures of it for sure.
That's hilarious.
I kind of want to get your reaction to it on the podcast.
Please.
We're deep enough in it now. We can do this.
Send pics. I mean, we've known each other for how long, Steven? 5 years? 6 years?
Like 3 probably.
No, we've been
way more. I've been gone for 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 4 or 5 years.
Probably 5 years. Yeah, probably almost even more.
I'm not good with time frames.
No, because we've been in this house for as long, because we met them in the apartment.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, we've grown with you.
Mm-hmm.
You were a wee lad.
You were a wee lad.
I was just a child. I was 14 years old.
Oh.
You're like, I like scrubs.
I like scrubs. You want to see my scrubs?
Hey guys, you want to see my scrub pie, guys?
They're amazing. The best.
You thought you would avoid it for a whole 2 hours.
I thought I would.
You didn't make it.
I didn't.
Where the hell is this snake? I'm looking through my camera roll and I can't find it. I know what happened. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it. He jumped out the cage and he said, wow, the ground looks very delicious. I'm going to eat it.
I can't say we've ever had a retic eat ground.
Good. Good.
So he's even more dumb than
Never ground.
Never ground.
Never the ground. Where the heck? I mean, I might have to just. Maybe I don't.
Oh, God, Steven. Lies.
Live on the podcast. Just being
picture didn't happen, you know.
Picture didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather it not have happened.
Your embarrassment to your species.
You're done.
What do you know? Well, I don't know. I'll look for it later, and if I find it, I'll do it. But until then, yeah. All right. Well, he did it, so.
That was a good talk.
Yeah, I know, right? Really, really ending on the crescendo here. Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate you guys, taking the time tonight. I know that it's quite late over there, so it's most appreciated, and I'm glad we were able to do this.
Yeah, no, we're glad that you asked. I appreciate you going an hour earlier for us.
No problem.
This grandma appreciates that.
Yeah, she's in bed by 9 every single day.
Wow, so you're gonna try to jump right into bed once we're done here, huh?
Yeah.
Probably.
All right. Well, so for anybody who wants to, follow you guys, keep up with what you're doing, inquire about availability, what are the best ways to follow and get a hold of you guys?
Yeah, so we are in Morph Market. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. All just Obsessed Exotics. We both are part of the account, so you'll either hear from Taylor or myself. We're both happy to help you. If you want building help, that's Taylor. I don't know how to handle a screwdriver for the life of me. But you know, we're both happy to help with socialization questions, or purchasing your first monitor or your last monitor. So everything, we're on it.
Yeah. We're gonna try to start a YouTube here soon too, doing a few more like you know, I think nerd style videos as far as monitors 101, you know, just helping people out.
Health issues was my big thing, just because I've had a lot of health issues with my monitors.
Yeah.
And I'd love to help people with that because there's not a lot of info about it. And
yeah. We've had a lot of like one-off things where even like big breeders are like, huh, that's weird.
That's new.
Yeah.
I'm like, awesome. I'm so lucky.
It hasn't been like husbandry. It's been like,
no, it's been like
genetic issues
and internal, and like I had a monitor that only had 3 legs, and you know, like it's just weird stuff. So we want to kind of get that info out because we were blinded.
Yeah.
And that was hard. Luckily, we have a kick-ass vet, but you know, if we didn't have her, we'd be SOL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're online anywhere, you know. If anybody has any questions, needs any help, feel free to reach out.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys have anything available right now?
Yes. We have now we have 3 coming eye left.
3 today.
Yep. We have sold half the clutch already.
Hey.
So I'm excited. I want to get rid of them, so please.
And then
I don't want babies everywhere. Like I love them, but I have a dozen more due in July, so it's overwhelming. we paired them all at the same time. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, we have next month in July we have 9 more coming eye and 11 Sambawas hatching out.
And the Sambawas will be ready in August. Yeah. We want to make sure that we see what we want first before going out.
There's been a lot of variation in the clutches, so we're trying to pick and choose, you know, what we want our holdbacks to be for certain projects. But after that, we'll start releasing them.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Well,
that's it for now.
Yep. Hopefully, retic eggs will be on the ground, and we're even working on leachies now. So fun little side projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much again for being here tonight. I really
thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys again, and thank you to everybody who watched and or listened to the episode. Catch you all back here next week for a new one.